10 seconds. To fully attach a sizable network, that was all. The microphone was thought to be off by an ABC anchor. It wasn't. One careless comment about Alex Eala turned into a global catastrophe in a matter of hours. Suspension came quickly. Regrets set in much faster. Tell me, was this a mistake or did it point to something more important? Let's clarify one thing before we dissect this. If Alex Eala inspires you to aim higher, click Proud to be Filipino below and leave a comment. Do you believe Alex Eala will rank among the top 5 WTA players? Comment on the top 5 if you believe it will happen soon, as demonstrated by this video. Additionally, if you believe Alex Eala is the pride of the Philippines, please show your support by clicking like and adding a heart in the comments. Now let's talk about what really happened. A missed volley has nothing to do with it. A bad serve has nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with a difficult defeat. It was related to a heated microphone. An accomplished ABC anchor wrapped up a segment after discussing Alex Eala's previous performance. The cameras kept recording. The studio's lights were still on. The producers were discussing the following matter. The anchor smiled, then said something unsuitable for the viewers. She is not very skilled. The only reason for the hype is that she is Filipino. That was all. Even if it was only a few seconds, it was enough. At first, just people in the studio could hear it. Someone clipped it. Someone shared it. And after it surfaced on social media, it swiftly gained popularity. In just a few hours, it was everywhere. The line was repeatedly repeated on X, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube reaction channels, and sports podcasts. Alex Eala was quickly unpopular due to her backhand. Someone tried to claim that she was trending because of her passport. We should take our time. Alex Eala is 20 years old. She has won a junior Grand Slam. She has competed against more experienced athletes. She has carried the Philippine flag on courts where very few Filipino athletes have ever competed at that level. Hype didn't get her there. She got there through hard work, long practices, early mornings, lessons learned from failures, and successes that raised her self-esteem. To say that her roots are the only reason for the attention is not an analysis. That's dismissal. Fans immediately noticed that. Within hours, hashtags began to become popular. Hashtag Respect Alexa in Manila. The video went viral. Filipino fans weren't only defending a tennis player. They were defending their self-esteem. Since this is an important point, tennis isn't the most popular sport in the Philippines. It is not as ingrained as basketball or boxing. As a result, it is noteworthy when a Filipino participates in international tennis discussions. It is a sign of potential. It means doors are being opened. It entails young children observing and reflecting, I might be able to do it as well. Next, a major American network remarks, her Filipino heritage is the only reason for the excitement. That resonated in a new way. By the next morning, ABC had a serious problem. Executives took swift action. A succinct message was released to the public. The off-air remark does not align with the values of our organization. While an inquiry is underway, the anchor has been put on hold. That's precisely what happens when backlash surpasses damage control. Sponsors reportedly asked. Viewers tagged ABC in angry posts. Bias in sports reporting became a topic of discussion among media critics. Things start to become intriguing at this point. The internet was noisy, but Alex remained silent. No long statement, no big Instagram post, no angry tweet. A simple, composed, and concentrated training shot was her most recent update. It was a statement unto itself. While others argued, she practiced. As the video went viral, she worked on her footwork. Fans became conscious, and that silence turned into power. Because the greater the commotion, the more strong her piece seemed. Now let's talk about the sarcasm in this whole situation. The announcer asserted that the thrill stemmed from her Filipino ancestry. Describe the successes if that is the case. Explain the data. Explain the rankings. Nationality is not taken into account when awarding points. Proficiency does. Hard work does. Discipline does. Alex Eala became even more well-known as a result of the attempt to make her less well-known. Millions of people watched her highlight videos, old interviews came back to life, and in one footage from years ago, she whispered, "I play because I love the game." The quip was used over slow-motion forehands in TikTok edits, and fans proudly tweeted it. Rather of damaging her reputation, the comments bolstered her, and ABC's issue worsened as people started to probe, discovering old instances, nuanced remarks, and little reactions that now seemed suspect. Actually, she became stronger as a result of the effort to reduce her size. All of a sudden, more people who had never heard of Alex Eala started to recognize her name. Her highlight videos attracted millions of viewers. Previous interviews resurfaced. In a video from years ago, she muttered, "I play because I love the game." That quote went viral again. In TikTok edits, it was employed over slow-motion forehands. Fans posted it with pride. Instead of harming her reputation, the comment improved it. Furthermore, ABC's problem got worse as people started to find previous instances, nuanced remarks, indications of disbelief when the underdogs won, and small reactions that now seemed suspect. People began posing challenging queries. Was there more going on here, or was this just one mistake? The newsroom seemed to be tense. Producers were told to remain silent on the internet. PR teams work overtime. Legal teams reviewed contracts. Because when advertising takes attention, everything shifts. And this is the reality. In the modern world, you have no control over the narrative. The internet does. The internet had also taken a position. In the Philippines, support developed into a movement. International pupils posted messages. Highlight reels were shared by Filipino groups abroad. Support videos were piling up on timelines. This was not just about tennis. It is related to respect. Now let's have a clear conversation about something. Criticism is a typical occurrence in sports. Athletes are inspected daily. The work includes return speed, serve percentage, and movement patterns. But dismissing someone's accomplishment as nationalistic rhetoric goes too far. Denigration is not the same as criticism. Fans responded appropriately because they understood this distinction. A few people tried to protect the anchor. It was taken out of context. It was a private joke. It wasn't meant for the air. Despite being private, that defense revealed a mindset, and that's how people reacted, so it didn't help. The narrative wasn't winding down by day 3. Other networks covered it. Sports talk shows talked about it. Jokes about hot mic mishaps were made by the late-night host. ABC's corporate pronouncements appeared unimportant in comparison to the passionate response on social media. People wanted responsibility rather than just elegant language. Meanwhile, Alex kept up his training. Videos from her most recent workout appeared online. Footwork drills, sweat on the court, and the sound of a racket and ball making clean contact. The message was simple. While you speak, I'll play. Because sometimes the strongest answer is steady rather than loud, people were much more impressed by that quiet assurance. Now let's zoom out. Smaller nation athletes are often scrutinized more. We refer to them as surprising. They are called unexpected. They are regarded as transient narratives. But if they keep winning, the narrative needs to shift. Alex Eala's headline is not endearing. She is a competitor. Moreover, competitors don't need hype. They have to be honored. The suspension made one thing clear. Networks understand the cost of bad press. Reputation is crucial. Sponsors are crucial. Viewers are crucial. But this is the more important question. Will this genuinely affect how people discuss athletes? Will commentators re-evaluate their presumptions? Or will this just vanish when the next debate arises? That relies on the audience, since fans have shown their strength. Action was compelled by the weight of their voices. Now picture this. Let's imagine that Alex places in the top 5 of the WTA during the next few years. Suppose she raises a noteworthy trophy. Imagine her holding cutlery as you watch that movie once more. It would be awkward. And throughout sports history, there have been many instances of this kind. Doubt precedes dominance. The anchor probably experienced immediate sadness when the suspension was properly announced. However, this incident will become part of Alex's legend if she keeps moving up the rankings, which could be a long-term regret. Gasoline is produced from the clip. Every major achievement will bring it back. Every noteworthy occasion will serve as a reminder of the statements made. Ironically, the attempt to minimize her might really motivate her. Since athletes are able to recall uncertainty, they utilize it to keep track of those who didn't believe. Alex's journey is still in its early phases. She is really young. She is improving. She is learning new things. She has also already made history for her country. Regardless of whether she ranks in the top 5, one thing is for sure: her success is not accompanied by any fanfare. It's justified. It's possible that the suspension may end quickly. The lesson isn't that. Words are crucial. Tone is crucial. Respect is crucial. And in the modern world, even 10 seconds can have a significant impact. I'd like to hear from you right now. Should there have been harsher penalties, or was the suspension sufficient? Do you think Alex will make the best use of his accomplishments to deal with the situation? Tell me down below. It's clear that this story is far from finished. Not even close. Alex Eala's career is only getting started. And this proved to be the case this week. Underestimating her is probably not a good idea. Let's pause, relax, and think about what makes this specific time special. Alex Eala's path didn't start on a big stadium court. Long practice sessions, music, early mornings, hours of repetition, and missed family get-togethers were all part of the beginning. Tennis is a challenging sport. It calls for focus, discipline, and mental toughness. You travel a lot. When you are ascending, you lose more games than you win. You are under pressure from reviewers, rankings, and expectations. Still, she keeps showing up in spite of everything. People can identify with that. It's not only about her forehand or backhand. It is related to effort. It is about representing her country with pride. Every time she appears in court, people celebrate when she loses. Even after she loses, people still support her. That type of relationship cannot be forced. It grows over time. The anchor's comments resonated deeply because of this. For many Filipinos, Alex's music is proof that global success is possible. She is trained abroad. She faces off against elite athletes. She keeps improving her rating over time. That progress is real. It's merited. Therefore, it feels unfair when someone tries to downplay that hype. The truth is simple. You don't just happen to reach this level. No matter when she places in the top 5, one thing is for sure: her songs and story are continuously being written. One careless comment tried to stifle an emerging talent. Instead, it made her more brilliant. Even faster than the suspension was the start of the music and assistance. Alex Eala is still employed. The world is still watching. If you want to support her, please like this video and subscribe for future updates.